Aloha, I'm Annie Eliston, your Kauai Real Estate Pro. If you haven't already, and if you're watching this, see, you know I'm on Kauai when I get noise like that. Please hit the like and subscribe. I usually say it at the end of these, but if you're watching it now and you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. This is our August 2025 Kauai Real Estate Market Update. I wanted to explain a few things that aren't always super clearly explained, where I'm drawing these numbers from. Now, I got a call last month from a colleague, and he was like, why are your numbers different from my numbers? And there's two segments of the market that I extract. Actually, there's three segments. Leasehold properties. Leasehold is when you don't own the land, you rent the land. And most people are not interested in leasehold properties. Some people are, but most aren't. In Kaloa, there's a large community called Kiahuna Plantation. It's stunning, it's beautiful, it's on a sandy beachfront. There's a lot to like about it, but it's leasehold. At the end of the leasehold term, meaning at the end of the land lease, the landowner has the right to buy the condo back for $10,000. So most people hear that and they're like, no wonder it's a third of the price of anything else. And I'm no longer interested. There are 30 Kiahuna Plantation condos listed right now. 0 are in escrow. So that to me skews the numbers because it's kind of this such a niche product. I've also started pulling out the hotel rooms. So we have a few resorts here that have condoized, meaning they have broken it up and they sell the hotel rooms as condos. Now this is also kind of a specialty product because without a kitchen, it's considered a non-warrantable asset. So you can't really get financing on it, not traditional financing at least. There are 19 of those on the market today, priced between $234,000 and $459,000. So 19 on the market, 1 pending, right? So also skews the numbers. And then the third one I pull out, subdivision in Kaloa that is in the process of being built. It has been in the process of being built, it feels like for 3 years, I think 2.5. They currently have in our MLS 112 pending. I mean, who knows? You drive by it and it looks like so little has been done. Who knows when they're closing? Also skews the market, so I extract those from my market update. What is our regular market doing? So we currently have homes, condos, and parcels of land, 331 on the market for sale. It's a good number. It means we have some inventory. It means we have some things to sell. That's a good thing. 190 of them are homes, 141 are condos, and 105 are parcels of land. Now, including land, we know it takes a lot longer to sell, or it's just a different beast, but we're going to include it in these market updates. Currently on Kauai, we have 101 properties in escrow. Homes, condos, and land. That's not bad. You know, if you take 331, that's about a third, a little less, but about a third. 67 homes are pending, meaning the seller and the buyer have come to an agreement. It hasn't closed yet. It could fall out, but they're moving through the process, doing inspections, getting financing of purchasing the home. 67 are pending or contingent, single family homes. Condos, we have 24. 141 active listings, 24 pending. The condo market right now is a tough market. All of the expenses have gone up, taxes and HOA fees. The HOA fees largely jumped because of the insurance of condo complexes across the state of Hawaii had a dramatic increase after the Lahaina fires. And then the county of Kauai raised their taxes. It's having an impact on the condo market. More sellers, fewer buyers. I am seeing a shift, which we'll get to. 10 parcels of land are currently in escrow, pending, contingent. They've accepted an offer from a buyer. What did we close last month? So last month we closed 54 properties. So that's about a sixth of what's listed. 54 to 331. We have about a 6-month supply. A 6-month supply is a little bit of a seller's market, but not a ton. Pretty balanced market. Of those, 34 were single-family homes, 16 were condos, 4 were parcels of land. Let's look at the land because there were only 4. It'll clue you into what people are buying and what people are interested in. So one of these parcels of land was a lot in Kakela, which is a great subdivision in Kauai. It's on a hillside. You have great mountain views. I've done a video on it, but it's a great community. People who live here, people who have kids, they love it. It's a really desirable community. They have community pool that they share. There's some nice amenities. A lot in there sold for $699,000 cash. Two of the other parcels of land were both in Kukui'ula, different subdivisions within Kukui'ula, and they both sold for $1,750,000. The very high-end community on the south side, amenities greater than any luxury community in the state of Hawaii. It's a remarkable, beautiful place to own or live. And then the last one was 3 acres up Kalihiwai Ridge, which sold for $2.8 million. Kalihiwai Ridge, it's that North Shore dream. You get your acreage, you get your plantation home, you have your organic farm. You know, you're living the North Shore dream. What is selling are these things in really desirable areas. I mean, all of Kauai is desirable. These are some of the best areas. This was also interesting. We only sold 16 condos, but 2 of them were the 2est high-priced sales of last month. And they were both condos or townhomes in Timbers. Great community in Lahui. These are 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom condos. They have their own private pool. It's a townhouse style, super private. They have a garage. You can short-term rent them. And even though they're not technically oceanfront because there's a strip, a finger of a golf course between the condos and the ocean, they have incredible ocean views, incredible sunrise views. It's a great place to own. So 2 of these timber 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom condos sold. One sold for $6.69 million. The other one sold for $7.55 million. I'm sure this isn't going to be surprising to you, but there's always a demand for something with a great ocean view. Something super nice with a great ocean view. It's the dream. Those properties are selling really well. Also, the fact that you can short-term rent them, it helps a lot of people kind of bridge that gap in being able to justify it in their mind. If you're buying a rental property for, $7.55 million, your ROI is not going to be incredible. You're also not just plunking down $7.5 million and just having to maintain that property. It's going to pay for the expense of maintaining itself, and then you can use it whenever you want to. The 3 most expensive homes that sold, because these were both condos, right? Condos were the most expensive things that sold last month. There was a Princeville home that sold for $4.5 million, a beautiful Gary Toby in Kilauea that sold for just under $5 million. Looks onto a reservoir. If you look at homes online, you've probably seen it. And then the third one was a house on Anini Beach, which sold for a little bit over $5.8 million. This house was a great built house. It was on the beach and it had a TVR, meaning it has a vacation license. I was very surprised that it sold for this little. Why is that? This is in the area that I call the high rent district of Anini, right where the homes are on the sand, not across the street. But most of those lots are about an acre, where this one was half an acre, right? So you're getting half the land. The other thing that probably was the biggest negative is it borders the beach park, meaning there's going to be a lot of people in front of your home all the time, and you're going to get noise from the beach park, and also just a little lack of privacy. All beaches in Hawaii are public, so people can go to any beach anywhere in Hawaii at any time. You're not going to get a private beach, with maybe one exception. It's just the number of people, right? If you're right next to the beach park, you're going to get a lot more people around your property, and often people paying that much money want privacy. If you're in the condo market, there's a lot of motivated condo sellers. You will even see in some listings, they type out motivated seller. And when you make an offer, sometimes it turns out, you find out the sellers are not as motivated as you thought. But you don't know that until you make the offer. What I would say is it's a great time to be a buyer. There's different things that trigger buyers from jumping back in the market. One of the things that was holding buyers back from jumping in the market was, what is the new tax structure going to be? Now that was solidified, I think about 2 weeks ago. And since then, I have seen buyers jump in the market. I've written 4 offers since then. That's, in a small market, that's a lot of offers in a short period of time. If you buy an investment property, you can depreciate a lot. So, for example, in one of my open houses that I did in Mihilani, great condo, someone here should probably buy it. 2 people that walked in said, I have to buy something before the end of the year. I'm seeing the initial stages of change. If you have any questions, call me, reach out to me. Also, I do have a few very exciting listings coming on, which I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But if you want to be the first to know, send me your email and I'll make sure you're on that list. Aloha.